Hello, ladies and gents. I am the Rev, and this is Anima, Gate of Memories, The Nameless Chronicles. And when we last left off, we had ourselves another big old boss fight to happen. So I went and I sold some things, got myself a killer axe, a couple of different upgrades, and now we have to fight the bearer and the demon that comes with her, Ergo Mundus.
Babe.
I know. It's him again.
It's too late for Ramatek. I have already destroyed it. You won't be able to reclaim it now.
So you can talk after all. Who are you? Are you one of the messengers?
You are the ones who call me that. But yes, I suppose that you could say that I am one of them.
Are you the one behind all of this? The one who brought us to the tower?
Maybe you really don't know anything. Maybe you are just another pawn. But even then, it doesn't matter. You must be stopped. Your world won't be saved.
You monster.
Enough. We don't have time. This place won't hold itself much longer without Ramatek around.
You leave her out of this. I'm sorry. I know that you want the cool guy spot in this drama. You even brought your own attire. Nice coat, by the way. But the role is already taken.
Dark Messiah, I'm afraid that letting her out won't be possible.
You really don't know who you are messing with, boy.
Let's end this. Your story.
Okay. Whew. I do apologize if you guys see some weird editing. I really just don't like the way that they have the way you get your spells back.
This is the end. This is the end.
Ooh, you cannot.
This is the end.
Oh, this is so not fair. Oh, come on.
This is the end. 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 This place, it can't hold itself together anymore.
You were saved by the bell, pal.
And so, the story goes on for you. Just a little more. Girl, you should wonder if you really want to become an instrument of salvation.
We still got to do the second area. But
Well, well, I have a surprise for you. You can't say I'm not helping you at all. I used the time you were away to mess around with the supernatural systems of this place. And you know what? I've got you access to another one of those worlds made of memories. You can go there through this portal, so you can't complain about it. You're welcome.
interesting. So, I did want to show you guys real quick the rest before we move on to the next area. When you save a game, we gotta have a talk.
Baal, the Gate of Hell. An appropriate name for a monstrosity that should never have had one. I did not expect to meet it again. The mere thought of it horrified even me. That thing was an amalgam of dead gods and darkness that was born of the collective consciousness of mankind. An idea that became incarnate and then became aware of itself. The pure concept of evil. It had always existed on the plane of ideas, but in the past it tried to become physical and turn the world into hell. We stopped it, imprisoning it in its own dimension from which it could never return. I myself used my blood as part of the seal that kept it away from reality. When I got to that tower, I didn't know it, but everything around me was part of Baal. As an aspect of humanity, it had access to the collective memories, which allowed Baal to create the worlds that reflected the experiences of those who were linked to it. Step by step, it was waking up, and it would be able to materialize. Alone, even I could not be able to stand against Baal this time. I knew I had to stop it before it was too late if I wanted to have a chance. You know, I had never liked the Order of Nathaniel. It was an organization too closely linked to the Inquisition. They were devoting themselves to hunt and destroy supernatural creatures in secret. I can partly understand their reasons. Some of us may be dangerous to the world. I myself have destroyed many of my own, but unlike Nathaniel, I have always been exceptionally selective, and my objectives had only been those that were real threats to people. Nathaniel destroyed any supernatural thing for the mere fact of being one. For them, all were creatures that hid in the shadows. Monsters. Ironically, they were hiding from them. The Order collaborated to stop Baal, So I was even more horrified that they were involved in its resurrection. They knew what it was. If Nathaniel thought they could dominate and use it for their own purposes, they and their leader Romeo were more stupid than I thought. Ergo Mundus was a problem. I had heard about him. Some called him the Dark Messiah, an entity of unlimited power that in the past was about to cause a war between supernatural creatures and humanity. Our paths never crossed, but as far as I know, he ended up sealed in a book and controlled by Nathaniel's ultimate executor, a lapdog of immeasurable power. Even I wasn't sure I would be able to defeat him if he were completely unleashed. About his bearer, the truth is that I don't know too much. As a child, she had been persecuted by supernatural creatures and lost her family. Somehow, she managed to sign a pact with Ergo to control his power. It is not what I would call a happy childhood. I knew they were in the tower, and that we would meet sooner or later. My second encounter with Ergo and his bearer was strange. They really didn't seem to know what was happening. It was as if they were oblivious to the ritual's goal, and in their own way, were also trying to stop it. Perhaps they were just pretending, but those two seemed sincere in their confusion. Of course, I couldn't take the risk, even if they didn't know anything. Both were an instrument of Nathaniel, an indispensable piece in the plans of the Order. Next time, I had to destroy them, no matter what.
All right, on to the second part here of Memories. This one we wind up, we're going to be eventually in the laboratory once we get past the real tricky part. Little combat also. Whew, that does take a little concentration. A little bit tricky of a guy. And now comes the near impossible part.
That artifact. I should be able to activate it with a ranged attack.
Oh, that's how you're supposed to do it. Oh, wow. Before I just did it with the timing. Because I do have my test save that I'm running now. Whew. Wow. Alrighty, folks. So, when we come back, we'll take on the Guardians in this area, and we'll move on to the laboratory, because that is the portal that's open up there. So please like, favorite, and subscribe. As always, I am the Rev. The more you guys smash that like button, the faster I'll put these out. So keep your heads down, your axes up, and I'll see you again real damn soon.